Today, we're shining a light on a subject that can be difficult for people to talk about: domestic violence. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and domestic violence affects people of all ages and genders, and it may be more common and closer to you than you realize. If you or someone you love is in a situation, you should know that there is help available. Joining us now to talk about the support you can find for survivors and people going through it is Heather Finley, CEO of the YWCA of San Diego County. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, I want to get into right away. We have a couple of graphics that we got from you that are about the immediate things, how to help people out. And I want to jump right into it. How to help people in an abusive relationship. If we could put that up, Bert. I wanted to show people, you direct people to offer compassion and support without judgment. Respect their decisions, they know their situation the best, and then refer them to the hotline. I just want to talk about what that means first. What does it mean to offer compassion and support without judgment, and why is that kind of support important?
So it's important to understand that they do know their situation best, and they are more likely not articulating everything to you. And it's important to let them know that you support them. You're here for them. You're not trying to dictate to them what they do, but you're letting them know that I am a support network for you, and if you need me, I am here. And I'm going to do it without judgment. I'm not going to judge you in any of your decisions or anything that's happening.
And it's part of that because if you do it in a judgmental way, automatically it makes people think you're questioning them and their choices and their values, and it's an attack on them.
Right. So they don't deserve the judgment, first of all. And then second of all, it's going to shut them down, and they're not going to open up to you and hopefully get help. And the best thing to do is to let them tell you what they need. Give your compassion. Let them know that you're there to support. And if you have information, like if you see the segment and you know YWCA offers services, tell them about our hotline, that they can call the hotline anytime, day or night, and get answers to their questions. And if they're in crisis, they can get help right then and there.
And for our viewers out there, unfortunately, some of you may be in an abusive situation, and we have a little bit on that. What you need to do is you need to be planning for your safety, because that is critical. That is the most important thing to keep you and your children, if you have them, safe. Leaving an abuser can be a very, very dangerous time. It is a flashpoint, and you need to do it carefully and very decisively and have a structure and a place to go. And we're going to talk about that more. But when you tell people they need to plan because it's critically important, what are the outcomes that happen when people don't?
Well, it's a way of ensuring your safety. So if you call our hotline and you work with one of our advocates to develop a safety plan, you have the ability to leave that dangerous relationship and come to us and be in a safe environment. So it is all about your safety. It's all about you having the things that you need to move forward.
And the dynamics of relationships and domestic violence, somebody who is a victim may be thinking that that person wouldn't hurt them that much. But in these situations, we find out so many times people are critically hurt, often killed.
True, and things escalate. These relationships often start very lovingly. They turn into psychological and emotional abuse. They can turn into physical abuse. It can be sexual. It can be financial abuse, where they hinder your employment abilities, or they don't allow you to have access to your finances. They use manipulation and control. They isolate their victims. And so if you have no support network and you don't have access to funds, how do you have hope that you're going to be able to leave that situation?
And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time, but how can the YWCA immediately help women in danger?
So we have the 24-hour domestic violence hotline. Please call that number and ensure that you get the information that you need. We have an emergency shelter to help you out of those crisis situations. We also have comprehensive services to help you heal from the trauma, deal with your legal needs, and help you to develop that path for yourself to self-sustainability. We also have transitional housing, which is a longer-term safe housing for you so that you can continue through and rebuild your life.
Yeah, the continuum's kind of out of danger, build that new life, break the cycle. Heather Finley with the YWCA, thank you so much for what you do, and thank you for being here today and helping build awareness in Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Well, we appreciate your support in Channel 8 and all you do for us, so thank you.
Thanks.